What's up, gang?
What's up?
Welcome back.
Good.
It is Sunday.
Sunday.
I love when we do that. So,
Does Al Roker
But we
though?
we
I
kinda-
still don't know.
Does
We
he
messed
love
that
it,
one
though?
up. It wasn't in sequence.
Should we do it
was
again?
Pretty off. Yeah, do it
do it again.
over.
welcome back, gang. Today is Sunday.
Sunday. Yeah, that would make
Right.
Al Roker proud.
That would make Al Roker proud. Yes, very much. Welcome back. Another episode, Friends After 40 podcast. Hope everybody's doing well. It is a Sunday afternoon, and it's still, it's now early. It's November.
Yeah.
Here we are.
First week
Crazy.
in November.
First week in November, 2024, for those that might be listening 2 years from now. That's when we're recording this. But it's the fall, and one of the things that we love to do in the fall is hit up the New York Wine and Food Festival,
I was gonna say
Absolutely.
drink. That's what we love to do in the fall.
Well, eat and drink, right?
Eat and drink.
where
Yeah.
we eat and drink, right? So we went to one this, what was it, a few weeks ago,
Mm-hmm.
and it was what was the exact name of it? It was like hosted by Bobby Flay.
It was the
was-
Triple Threat,
Yes.
hosted by Bobby Flay
Yes.
and 3 other chefs.
Got it.
Yeah. The
Yes.
ones that are on the show with
They're
him.
on the show with him.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Who
Hosted by
I love.
Bobby
I love
Flay.
all of them.
Yep.
I love
Yep.
that.
Super
Love 'em all.
excited.
Mike. Yikes.
Vitaggio?
Mike Vitaggio.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Tiffany, I don't know her last name. And Brooke, I don't know
Yeah,
her
Brooke.
last name.
Brooke.
Yeah, Brooke. Brooke, you're killing it. Brooke, you're killing it. Well, Mike Vitaggio.
Oh,
you're
we
killing it
just
too.
know them by their first names, right?
Yeah. I'm like, do I need to know more? It's my boy Mike. What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mike, they weren't very friendly though. So let's just leave that. Let's just put that.
They
out there.
were. It was weird. I'm not even sure I can hold it against them. I know we're skipping ahead, right?
Yeah.
But we'll get to it.
We'll get to
Yeah,
it.
we'll get to it.
But
Alright,
the
let's
whole
start from
setup
the
was
beginning.
weird.
Well, let's take it right from the top because, so it was a Saturday afternoon,
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yes.
and the event
Beautiful
started
weather.
around 6 p.m.
Mhm.
Right.
First off, when we bought tickets, we were told the event was to be indoors
Mm-hmm.
at the Brooklyn Navy Yard,
Yes.
right?
Right.
Brooklyn, New York.
But
Mhm.
that's the
Or
first time
Army
it was
Yard.
there. It's always been like by the piers in New York City.
Right.
Right. It's the
Right.
first time
It was the first
there.
time. That's the first time it was there.
So, and I think it's the Army Yard, and then that's probably where the confusion comes in too.
Yeah.
yeah, why we took the wrong
Th-
boat?
That's my setup. That is my setup. So
Yeah.
Because
People are like, wrong boat.
for some reason we
wrong
had
boat.
it in our heads. It was at the Navy, but it was at the Army
Mm-hmm.
spot at the
Mhm.
Brooklyn Pier.
Mhm.
But for some reason, I decided to buy we decided to take the ferry actually because we thought beautiful afternoon.
Well, the
Yeah, it
thing
was
was they
beautiful.
were promoting it. They were promoting. They were like, it's only a 10-minute ride. You get to see
Yeah.
the skyline.
in
it's gonna
theory,
be
it's awesome.
gorgeous. Like it was. It was
Yeah.
a beautiful skyline.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
The night was amazing.
Uh-huh.
It was clear.
Yep.
It was just very
It
beautiful
was
until we got
beautiful.
off the boat and we were like, where are we?
Well, so here's how it went down. We said we'll buy the tickets there at the ferry, which is what you do. You could buy it right on the spot. And we said, you know what? Let's go down. We'll pregame. We'll grab a quick drink before we grab the ferry because we're trying to time everything appropriately.
Right.
So we grabbed drinks at this place called Industry, right at
Industry.
Another industry.
Yeah.
another industry. Go figure.
Hope it was better.
So
It
we
was actually.
Oh,
it was good.
it was really good.
Uh-huh.
We grabbed drinks at Industry, which was at
Shots fired.
Shots fired.
it was at Wall Street, right?
Yeah. yeah.
I'm like, don't
Yeah.
make me do a review on industry.
Mm.
Wait.
Not right now. Go.
So we have a couple of drinks. We walk over and across the street right to the ferry,
Mhm.
and we buy our tickets. And I asked the guy, I was like, we need to go to the Brooklyn Navy Yard or whatever,
wherever it
Navy
was.
Pier, whatever the
Uh-huh.
heck
He
the
was like,
name
yeah,
was.
this one right here.
Yeah.
And we're
So
waiting, and I was like, I don't know. And then I'm looking at the line, and I'm like, this line doesn't look like people who are going to the event, right? And that's what I'm saying. But I'm like, you know what? It's fine. I'm okay. Because I usually get in my head and start overthinking. I was like, I'm not going to do that, right? I was trying to practice, just like, and that's the time that I should have been very like, wait, what's happening? I don't think we're on the right lines. But I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do that today.
So you were practicing
Backfired.
being Elsa, trying to let it go,
Backfired. Yeah.
and it didn't
And
work.
it didn't work out.
Man, and we were communicating back and forth because we were there,
Mm-hmm.
and you were like, "All right, we're waiting on the boat. We should be there
In 10 minutes.
soon, 10 minutes." So we're standing on line, and I see a boat come in.
Yes.
I'm like, "Yo, James is on that boat."
Yes.
We weren't on that boat.
You were
And
not on that boat.
I said, "Yo, where you at? I just saw your boat come in."
Do
He's
you
like,
know
"Long
we had
story."
to get an Uber? we had to
You
get
were
an
that
Uber
far?
to go on to the other side,
Oh my God.
So
which was like 20 minutes.
so we get on this boat, and it's supposed to go. You're down at Wall Street, right? And so we start to cross over, and instead of going down towards that side of Brooklyn, we start to go north and head under the Brooklyn Bridge. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
Oh.
this doesn't feel right.
Yeah, all wrong.
All wrong. Completely wrong.
All wrong.
So we head under, great sight, great views. Everybody's
I mean,
taking
we got
photos.
beautiful pictures.
Beautiful pictures,
Listen,
right? We got beautiful
Make
pictures.
the best of it.
Yeah.
But then we're pulling into like this. It looked more like a import-export pier.
That's exactly what it was because when we
And I was
got
like,
out,
this doesn't look.
yeah,
I don't
he's
even.
like, "Where's the DJ?"
I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, where's the tents? Where's everything? Where?
Uh-huh.
And
No.
we got off and had to jump in an Uber. We were 20 minutes from the
From-
spot
Yep.
at that point.
Meanwhile, it was supposed to be a 10-minute
Mhm.
ride
Right.
on the ferry, on the boat, whatever it was. And no, that was like it took us 40 minutes to go 10 minutes.
Yes, because we waited for the Uber.
Mm-hmm.
Then we spent $52 on an Uber to get down there.
Oh my
Mhm.
goodness.
So
And
that was the start of it.
so that was
right?
the start. That's how we got there.
So
and then
and
we
And
were,
then we show up, and it's like, well, what the hell is this?
it's all tents. It's
Mhm.
all outdoors.
Well, part
The
of it was
advertising
indoors.
said indoors.
So you walk into, right, so you come through, and it was very inviting. So you start walking down, there's a DJ playing,
Mhm.
there's people
Yes.
dancing, and I was like, "Oh wow, this is great. This is what's on the outside. What's on the inside?"
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And then we go into like this industrial type building that's full of vendors, and then there's a DJ inside there too.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, great, because now it's starting to feel like you're at an event. I will say that the line was like super super long. It was way longer, and I know we're gonna do a comparison to this year and last year's event that we went to, but the line was really. I was like, wow, how is this line so long? How many people?
Is
What?
this yeah.
Because it was a pretty penny to
It
go
was
to this
very
event.
expensive.
Like it was
Yes.
like
Wasn't cheap at all.
it was not cheap at all. So and at that cost, you think that it would be a bit more intimate. So you walk into the first is industrial type, there's vendors, and you're like, oh, okay, this is great. But then you realize there's even more, and that's when you go through,
Mm-hmm.
and
But now you're outside.
now you're
Right.
outside,
Mhm.
and there's just as many, if not more, vendors
Mhm.
outside than there
Mhm.
were inside.
Along with like a big stage. I guess that was the main stage, right?
The main stage was
Yeah.
outside.
And then,
Um,
so we just happen to be walking around just checking out what's there. And who do we run into? Right? I don't even know what that area was. What do you call that?
Who do we run it? Who'd you
Where
run
all
into?
the chefs were.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
What was that area? Maybe it was
I
like
don't
a
know.
separate side stage,
It
but
was a-
they didn't. I don't know what it was. It was like, I felt like it felt like almost like, I want to say voyeurism, but not to that degree.
Yeah.
But this
like
idea,
It was the,
Fishbowl.
it was
Yeah,
the,
like
a
a
big
yeah,
fishbowl.
but this
it was the
idea,
viewing area,
Yeah,
like
right.
we were in the zoo.
it was
Yeah.
odd.
Yes.
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 because
That's what it was.
Because-
What kind of petting
we were
zoo-ish?
meant, right? Because when I say we, I mean everyone who paid for a ticket.
Yeah.
We were meant to be kept out.
yes,
There was a barrier.
Yeah.
But you could look in.
You could like walk up and pet them, and they
not
came.
even really.
They
couldn't-
came
No,
to. They
you
came
had
to
to
the
call
front.
to them. Hey,
We had
and
to
then
call-
even
we
the
had to call 'em.
pictures that some of you guys were able to take, they were crazy, like these awkward, right? Like
Yep.
trying to get. I mean,
Strange
I was
selfies.
like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
It
yeah,
was
like why do we have to do?
Yeah.
so crazy because
All of that.
they were behind that
It's like a
fenced
barrier?
in
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even
barrier,
know what that was.
just enjoying themselves,
Yes,
having conversation
With each
with
other.
other famous
each other.
chefs.
Yeah.
and we were
And
That
like,
was
and
very strange.
That was
It
strange.
was-
And then it's like they were there, but then they were like further away.
they were
Like
all
they
the way in
weren't
the
even
back.
close.
Yes.
So
No.
I know. I got it. For our listeners and our viewers, if you've ever gone to a fair, right? A county fair or something,
Mm-hmm.
and you play the games where you have to like throw the ball at the back and knock down things off of the shelves, or you grab like the little rifles and you're like shooting all the things that are standing up. Imagine standing at the front there and all the chefs are just hanging out in the back, and it's like this weird game that you have to play.
Yeah, but it's even deeper.
Yeah, it was
So
even
it
further.
was further back.
Yeah, it was further.
So
I don't even know how many feet. It was so
It was
odd to me. I
it
was
was
like,
very
oh, this
odd.
must be like
I don't know.
where they, because
The
in my
staging
head,
area or something.
right,
Yeah.
in my head, I'm like, okay, if this is their staging area, why is it so open to the public?
Mm-hmm.
It was weird. And then because we had already passed that big stage, I was like, oh, they must be getting ready to go out on the main stage.
No, that was
right?
Yeah.
Because what the hell else do we pay $500 for?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I don't understand.
Me
Yep.
either. And
What's
the only
happening?
reason they came to the front is because somebody we were with started to call out their names.
Yes.
Mhm.
And he was like, Bobby,
Oh, he was hilarious.
Bobby, I want to
though.
have your babies. Bobby. Right?
That was
and,
good.
And he managed. It's so funny because he managed to get
Their
the chefs
attention,
Yeah.
and they came
to
to
come
us.
take pictures
Yes.
with this
Yes.
crowd of people who were just standing and
But
watching.
it was almost like they weren't aware that we were there
But how do you miss
until
us?
until he started the I guess catcalling. I don't know what you call
Yeah.
that, but which
It
was
was-
funny. They were keeping their distance from us.
They were.
It's almost
were.
like you didn't
Mhm.
even need the barrier.
Mm-hmm.
They were so far away, but yet so close.
They were just having conversations with themselves.
And you know
Yeah.
what was weird? Because there were other chefs there. There was other celebrity chefs there, and some of them refused to come up.
Yeah.
Like even
My
Mhm.
girl, right?
Yep.
Alex, and I love Alex
Yep.
Gonicelli. And it's because our friend was like, "Who's that?" I was like, "That's Alex."
Yep.
So he was like, "Alex," and she was like, "Not my event."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Why are you here?"
Mm-hmm.
She was
Like,
there to hang out
and
with her
the
friends.
crazy thing is that you have these they're celebrities,
Right.
Yeah.
So
Like,
they are
they are
In our
recognizable.
eyes, yeah, they're
Yeah.
the reason
Yeah.
we're there.
But they're recognizable.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right? It's like, so then
if you
why are
come
you
to
out
an
in the
event-
open, visible, if you're not going to interact
Right.
with the people? I didn't get it.
I
didn't
didn't
get it.
I didn't get it either. Which was, so we never really had the opportunity to take pictures with any of them,
Mhm.
or and we did get a free cookbook. I guess we'll talk about that
Yeah.
later. But it was nothing like I thought
Right.
it
Right.
would be
Yep.
at that price point.
Yeah.
I think here's the thing, because we got pictures with one of the other chefs, right? He's not, but yeah, he is well known.
He's
He
popular.
well known.
He's very popular, and he was just so nice. He was like, "Do you want a picture?"
oh, he
You know?
offered it.
And I was like, "I would love a picture."
But that's his personality.
You
God,
know?
what's his name?
But it's like with the other ones, they're not
Jeff.
even coming close
Jeff.
enough. They're not even close
Right.
enough to
Morrow.
take a picture,
Yeah.
even like in the distance.
Yeah.
They were like, "I'm not even doing
No.
that."
And
Jeff-
I'm telling
that
you,
was
Jeff
very
Moore, but that
they
is
only
his
came to us
personality.
because of the friend we were with
Mhm.
that was like catcalling, but it was
Right.
funny. Like, hey, I want to have your baby.
Yeah.
Bobby came over, right?
Well,
I think
Bobby,
Brooke-
Brooke, and Mike came over.
Right.
Mhm.
So we were able, not we, if you were close enough and had
Well,
long,
he's tall.
Yeah.
long arms,
So he reached
you were able to
over
get
the
a
entire
selfie.
crowd.
And that
Right.
was the thing, because
Right.
we're short.
Yeah.
We can't.
But he was legit doing acrobats
Yeah.
to get
He was.
to
Yo,
get
he
that,
pushed
that
people
photo.
out the way.
He
Yeah.
had to. But
It's
I
funny
was
because he was like,
why-
"Who's that?"
Yeah, he
Yeah.
didn't even know who they were. And I
Yeah.
was like, why are we working so hard
Yeah.
right now? I don't
Yeah.
I was like, please, I hope this makes, like in my head, I'm like, this is gonna come
Yeah.
together. It makes sense.
Mhm.
In my head, it was like something that they felt like they had to do, and not something that they wanted to do.
But you want to know the other thing I didn't get? Why they named the event Triple Threat.
Right.
Because if you watch the show,
Mhm.
I'm thinking there's gonna be
Some kind of competition, cooking competition,
right?
Yeah.
That's the other part of
they're
it.
gonna
right?
judge it,
Yep.
something.
So when you purchase the tickets, you and part of the narrative the summary explains that there's a competition.
Right.
So you think, and when you watch Triple Threat, you watch those three chefs go at it against one chef, and
Mhm.
I knew they wouldn't be cooking, but I thought it would be
Them
some type of
judging or
event
something, right?
that there would be a cooking
Uh-huh.
competition involved, but
Right.
it was really just vendors, and some of the food was really good. I don't want to discredit the vendors that were there. Some of them put on, there was some great things that I tasted at least. But
He's looking at the look that I'm making right now. Like, really?
right,
But it
just-
wasn't $500 worthy.
no, it
It
wasn't.
was like
No.
it
it
wasn't.
wasn't. And it was food and drink included,
Mhm.
but there was only once we only kept hitting the bourbon spot because
Right.
they made the good drinks.
Yeah,
but
because everything else was a batched cocktail.
yeah, everything
which
else
is
was
just like, okay, give me
wasn't
some
very
juice.
good.
Yeah.
Who here said it was like food trucks?
I did.
Yes.
It
Yep.
was
That's
like
exactly
a food
what
truck
it felt
event.
like.
Mm-hmm.
It was
That's
100%
exactly
like that.
what it felt like.
Yep.
Food truck
Waiting
festival.
on long lines.
Yep.
The food was
Yep.
There were a couple in between where you were like, okay, this is good. But even those, I wasn't like blown away. I
Right.
don't know how many vendors we ate from. I was not blown away
No.
by any of them.
There was
No.
one.
That you were blown away by?
Yeah, what was it, like an egg roll?
The egg. Oh, I know what you're
I
talking
thought it was
about.
good. I
That
wasn't
one-
blown
that
away
one was
by it.
good.
It was
I-
better than
yeah.
the rest.
That and also that Dominican smash burger was really
That
good.
was
I
delicious.
took
That
a
was
bite
good.
of that. I was full
That
by
was
the
good.
time we got there. That was good.
That was
Yeah.
delicious.
Yeah, and then they gave us, we didn't say, they gave us I don't remember at what point in the line, they gave you tokens, right? So one, right? Was it
Right.
one each? So you could vote for your favorite food vendor or whatever.
Mhm.
But there were like, if you had to guess, how many food vendors?
Oh my gosh.
I mean, there had to be at least 10 on each side outdoors.
Right.
And then
Oh,
They
maybe
had
maybe
to be
like-
between
like-
50 and 75.
I thought like 50. Like, who could
Yeah.
even
There were a lot.
sample
10,
all that,
20.
yeah.
all? And I know the portions were small, so you could,
Right.
right? But who could like, in all fairness, how could
Yeah.
you really judge
Right.
all of them given the number? I mean, I
Yep.
was just like, I don't know what, this is clearly about money,
Yep.
right?
It was a money grab.
It
Um,
was a money grab.
But I was like, this doesn't make,
Because when
doesn't make any
we
sense.
went to the one last year, it was intimate.
Yes.
It was the whiskey and
Delicious.
steak event,
Whiskey and steak.
delicious.
and everything was high end.
Yes.
was Robert
delicious.
Irvine's-
Robert Irvine actually took pictures with everyone. He
Took
did
pictures
not
with
turn away
everyone.
anyone. And we paid half that.
Fraction.
Yeah.
Well, half.
At least half, right?
Half.
Right.
We paid half. He took pictures and
Yep.
spoke to anybody who
Yep.
would and it was way more intimate.
Yeah. So he could do that.
There was
Yes.
fewer
Right.
vendors, and where was that? At the top of
The World Trade
Top
Center.
of the
yeah.
World Trade Center.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So the experience began from
Yep.
As
when
soon
you
as
got in the
got in the
building.
elevator.
The elevator is like amazing, and then
Yeah.
you get out and you have these views of the city,
Yeah.
which was incredible.
Mhm.
And then you had like all these the vendors paired the cocktail
Yep.
Yes.
with
the
their
food.
meal.
Yep.
Yes.
So you had a cocktail specific to the
Yes.
tasting,
Mm-hmm.
which that experience
That's what I expect.
That's
is
what I expected.
is what
Yeah.
I expected
Yeah.
too.
This one we went to felt like a festival,
Yeah.
like a fair.
Like,
It did.
Yeah.
It felt like a
Yeah.
and it
Well,
was
that was
and
like
part
my
of it was
point.
outside.
Yeah.
Part of it because it was outside,
Yeah.
all full of tents,
Yeah.
very busy, and then you had them like in the shooting gallery game,
Shooting gallery.
which is where it's like pick your favorite chef and shoot
Yes,
at them.
And shoot at them.
And,
yeah.
you know,
You're absolutely right.
Well, not with a real weapon.
No.
yeah, no, not
But
with a real
if
weapon.
you keep
but,
it
you know.
into that theme, I totally get it. That is how it felt. It felt like a fair. I was like, where
Yeah.
am I right now for all this money?
Mm-hmm.
And where I'm like, is this gonna get better? Like as we go further
It didn't.
along?
It didn't.
It did not. It did not get better.
It definitely put a bad taste in my mouth
Yep.
for the
The amount of money.
the wine
Yeah.
and food festival.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been going for a while. I mean, we've taken a break because of the pandemic, but
Yeah.
we would go, and I didn't like the location because it was closed off from all of the other events
Mm-hmm.
in the city. So it was like even trying to do more than one event in a day, you really didn't want to because you'd have to commute from New York City into
And
Brooklyn.
hopefully take the right ferry.
And then you want to make sure you get the right ferry. But at the time the event ended, it was like taking the ferry home wasn't even an option, right?
Yeah. No, we took it.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
took
they
the ferry
left a
back.
little early
We
and
had
took
to.
the ferry.
The car
Yeah.
was parked in the
Everything was
city.
there.
And can I tell you, we got there in record time. I was like, you got to be kidding
Well, the
me.
boat was literally right next to the festival.
It was right
It
next
was.
to
It
yo,
was
you
right
could have
there.
you could have gotten off of the boat
Yeah.
and you would have been online.
When I saw
Yes.
it, I was
That's
like,
exactly what it was.
Yeah.
You got off the boat and you were on the front of the line
Yeah.
to get into the
Yes.
event.
it was. I mean, in theory, that was a good idea. No,
So-
it was because it was right there.
Yeah.
We got these free cookbooks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, can you describe
yeah.
how that was supposed to go down now?
Yeah.
Well, I thought that the first 1,000 people
That's what
Uh-huh.
it
got a
said. Yeah.
That was our
cookbook.
clue into that this was not going to be a small, intimate.
I was
venue.
like 1,000 people. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't even think about it
Yeah.
that way.
I was like, that's
all
a
missed it.
lot.
Yeah,
First 1,000
I
people.
overlooked
The
that
first, I was like,
one.
how
Right
many
over our
people
heads.
are going to be
Yeah.
here? That
Yeah,
it's
I
only
think
for the
that
first
I didn't think
1,000.
that. And then I thought maybe
Do I need to be concerned
if
about
you
getting
were
there early?
if you were savvy enough, you could have potentially got an autograph, right?
I think he did that on purpose, though. That's what it
they
was,
did
yeah.
so the
Mhm.
cookbooks were given to you after you left
When you
the
leave.
event,
Yeah. Because he wasn't trying to sign nothing.
right?
Which is terrible.
That
It's
is
so mean,
terrible.
Yes. I was like,
Like,
at least sign the
He's
first
like, am I
500.
supposed to sign
When you're
without-
when you're
or
that
sign them in
level,
advance? I don't
like-
know.
That's
yeah.
what I'm saying.
To
Sign
get
in
a stamp.
advance.
You know what
I
I
don't
mean?
know what to say.
I mean, you got a autograph record from LL.
Yeah.
They were
we did.
pre-autographed when you got in there, right?
No,
No,
he
he
signed them.
signed
Oh, he
them.
signed. Oh, my
Yeah.
bad.
You waited on the long ass line.
waited
but
at
guess
least an
what?
hour and a
You
half.
got pictures with him.
Yep.
And I'm going to tell you, whoever ran that, they took the photos for us.
Yep.
So you didn't have to do the selfie thing. They said,
Yep.
okay, give us your phone. We'll
Yep.
take the photos. I thought that was, I mean,
Mhm.
line waiting aside, but that's what you expect.
Right.
I thought it was well done.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that was a free event.
And it was free. Well, you had to buy the
You had to buy
You
album.
the
bought the album.
But
I
still,
mean,
it was worth it because, and did he put his arms around us? Like he touched
sure
us.
did. He talked to us and everything.
Well,
We had a
but
whole
Yeah.
the
conversation.
chefs,
I mean,
the
you
chefs
even-
didn't.
You got
Maybe-
to
Not
tell
that I
Elle
knew.
Maybe the
about
chefs. Maybe the chefs are bigger than LL. I don't
Right.
know.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I'm not saying I need that. I'm just saying the level of they took what was, I don't even know how many people, probably hundreds of people. I know it's not thousands, right? And they made it feel in that moment when
Intimate,
you
yeah.
got to him, it felt
Right.
very intimate.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. So you can have that same effect. I
Mhm.
just felt that the intention behind this event was on purpose,
You know
right?
what?
We saw that was
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 it.
intentional.
They
Yeah.
could have in their little staging
Right.
area created lines so you can get autographs and
Right.
pictures.
Right.
Right.
Because there's
Right.
4 of them.
Right.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And, I mean, you
And
would
it
have
could have
walked
even
away
done
with
it
at
at
least
different
one.
times.
One. Yep.
right?
Right? You could
Yeah.
have walked away with at least one
Yep.
of them.
Yeah.
And I think that wasn't
Big
that
miss
wasn't
on their
meant-
part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huge.
Huge
I
miss
think
on their
huge.
part to
Yeah.
to continue to build more and more equity with people and
Yeah. I would
It
love
was
to
just
know what other
disappointing.
people thought of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Because
It
I
was
was so,
disappointing.
I was like, and we were all sitting there at the end, like tired
Yeah.
and like, damn, this was a letdown.
It
It
was-
was a complete.
It just
You
felt
know
like,
what?
wah, wah.
So
Mhm.
we
Right.
got there early. We like went not all throughout Brooklyn, but we were jumping from spot to spot in Brooklyn. And before the event began, we found this Irish pub.
Oh, that
forgot
was
the-
so weird.
I forgot the name of the
I
Irish
forgot
pub,
about that.
but
it's
it
probably
was
O'Reilly's or McSorley's
Right?
or
Probably.
But-
Right.
in it. I thought it was cool, right? Because the owner was outside. He didn't know us from Adam.
They were celebrating the bar's anniversary, I think.
They were celebrating
how
the
many
bar's
years.
anniversary.
So
He just
people were
started.
spilling. They were on the corner.
Mhm.
They were
Yeah.
outside drinking. They were inside drinking and eating,
Yeah.
and it looked like
They
this
had free
family
food in there.
atmosphere. There
Yeah.
was free food.
They knew everyone. It was
He-
cheers.
Everyone,
it was a cheers bar.
was
Oh,
cheers.
Totally.
Cheers
Everyone
pub.
It
knew
was totally.
everyone, and he was like, "Oh, that was my old partner. Oh, they got engaged here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
like
It was
he
that.
Was,
Yeah.
It was
That's
that.
nice.
And
They
I was
knew
like,
people's names. It
Uh-huh.
was, and I was like, "This is,
I was
I
like,
this is
that,
cheers."
this
yeah.
is- so, and that made us like feel warm and fuzzy before we went into.
Yeah. I
that
mean, I'd
event,
say
but that was
all in
cool.
all, it was a good day because we got there early. We did some other things,
Yeah.
but and even when we were online, we were waiting, still optimistic. You know,
Having
it was
fun.
good.
Yeah, I mean, we
And
made-
then I want to say about 30 minutes into it, I was like, okay,
Over it.
what is
Yeah.
going on? Yeah. It
Mhm.
went like this.
Yeah.
Right.
The pub experience.
No,
No.
Or are you talking about at the
At the,
Yes.
at the
Like
at
how the
food
day
festival?
went. We were good, and then it just declined and I was like, I don't
Right.
know what's happening right now. And I just felt like we were, we paid, we were there, we were all just like, okay, well, the next spot is going to be good.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
one's
yeah,
not that great.
that's right.
Let's go to the next one. And, just looking for what's the wow vendor with the wow food. And your face is like, wasn't there.
There wasn't. It wasn't.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. But the
Very
day that
disappointing.
we had a good day. We did. It was fun.
Yeah.
And then like when the DJ came out, she looked like she didn't even want to be there.
Mm.
Right. And then it was
Yeah.
like, what's happening? Like,
Yeah, it felt really disconnected.
it was, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then when this crowd started coming, I guess she was like, well, I guess I should play. It was just so odd.
Yeah,
It was
it
just
was odd.
completely like, what's happening
was.
here?
It felt very
I
off.
mean,
Yeah.
Bobby came out. He spoke. I guess he did some type of ceremonial type of discussion about how it came about that they did that event in that location.
I don't even remember what
I
he
missed
said.
Yeah,
that.
but who
And-
You
cares
didn't miss
about like
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see
But I
that.
don't care.
like no one cares.
No,
Yeah.
you're right.
No-
No one
no-
cares.
no one
one
cares
cares
about
It
why
must
he
have
did
been
it
when I
there.
was in that porta potty that they had.
that I heard was so nice.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, "Did you use the bathroom?" I was
It
like,
was nice.
"It's the highlight of
was-
this visit, the porta potty."
Oh
Yeah.
man.
And
Yeah.
how nice they were. Seriously. At least two or three,
The book.
the women that we were
highlight is
with were
the
like,
book.
did you use the bathroom yet? And I was like, are we kidding right now?
Because his
Like,
cookbook,
this is the highlight.
his cookbook, like I opened it and I was like, this cookbook is, but it's not a cookbook for like
Beginners.
No,
noobs.
it's
No, that cookbook is, you need to
Mhm.
you need to be able to throw down for
Yeah.
that cookbook.
Yeah. No,
Is that
thank you.
expert level? Huh?
It yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait for you two to take something. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
Modify it. I don't know what. I don't even know.
yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of mad. I
I
don't even want
know.
to open it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But yeah.
I mean, we've done others. So we've
Yeah.
done. Lisa and I went to one that was more local to where
Mhm.
we are here up in
Mhm.
Crystal Springs in
Mhm.
Vernon, New Jersey.
Mhm.
How was
right?
that?
That was a really big
A
event,
big event. Yep.
and it was spread across multiple areas in the hotel,
Mhm.
all around different hallways in the
Yep.
hotel, and then out into their
Outside.
big ballroom. And they had a ton of different vendors,
Wow.
but everybody was dressed,
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
right? Everybody was dressed really nice.
Really nice.
The food was really good, and it was a lot of high end food,
Yeah.
Mm.
right? It was a lot of high end food.
So it was good. The food
So that was good.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was crowded. That
Yeah.
was the thing. Like
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
crowded.
Yeah.
And I was just like, there was too many people for me, but the event was nice.
Yeah.
Yes, like they had the stations where they had like the
They were carving.
carving,
Ooh,
right
yes.
off the bone and everything,
Yeah.
Yes.
right there in front of you.
Right.
So that was
That's what
really
I'm talking
cool.
about.
And they were like, everything was being freshly made. You had to like wait for it, which
Yeah.
was nice.
Did you notice that
Mhm.
the one we paid all that money for? They were going behind. So you would have your vendors, right? And
Mhm.
behind them was a black curtain
Mhm.
that just went the length of the room. Did you
Uh-huh.
notice? And when they would run out of food, so basically the people for it appeared anyway that were serving the
Serving?
food
Mhm.
were not the ones who prepared the food.
Right.
They were literally just
Passing it out.
overseeing,
Yeah.
right, and making sure and replenishing. Because I caught a few of them going behind the black curtain and coming out with
With the
trays.
tray. Yeah.
The food was already prepared in the little
Mhm.
what do you call those? Like the
Those
little
little things,
container.
those-
Yeah, it was. So they would just come out with a
Yeah.
bunch of them, and they would lay them out.
Some of them like that. Some of them you did see like some type of preparation in
I
front
think the
of you.
ones outside
When we
because
went
they didn't
to-
have the black curtain,
When we went to Robert Irvine's, they was cooking it right in front
Right
of
in
you.
front of us.
right?
Yep. And it just smelled amazing.
And that's what I was
yeah.
looking for. I was like, oh, maybe the ones outside. And I didn't see that. I saw them prep the
Mhm.
plate, but I never really saw
Yeah.
them cooking the food out there.
Yeah.
You know?
Lee, what was the one that we went to also at Crystal Springs, but it was the competition,
Oh, I
Oh,
remember
that
that.
was
right?
good.
You guys remember, right?
Yeah, that one was
Oh,
really
That was
good.
amazing.
So good.
That was a
That one
was
was
it like
really
a chop
good.
type of
It
Oh,
was
something
it
like
was
that?
it was called Fight Club,
Fight
something
Club.
like
Fight
that, right?
Club. Yeah.
Culinary Fight Club.
Yes.
And they actually
need to bring
traveled.
that back.
They actually
Yes.
traveled across the country,
Mhm.
and because they had one in Chicago, they
Yeah.
had one in various different cities, and they did one right here at Crystal Springs, at one of the hotels over there. That was actually
That was amazing.
that was really
was,
cool.
That was like the best.
Because they cooked in front of you too.
And what
Yes.
was that? $50.
And then
Exactly.
And then it was it some type of final competition?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a voting system,
Yep.
and then a final competition between the last two standing.
They had like a
But-
table of all the ingredients, right? They had to
Yes.
run to the table, pick
Yeah.
out their ingredients,
Yes.
go back to their station, cook it right there, and while they're cooking it, we can go and taste and
Yeah.
Yes.
and we can just see what's like that was amazing.
That was
Yes.
That
crazy.
was run
Yeah.
almost like one of the TV shows,
Yeah.
Yes.
right? Like you see the shows today, like Gordon and such. Like
Yeah.
I love the one with the elevator
Oh yeah.
where the elevator's going down 3 floors, and so on the top floor
you get the best food.
you get the best food, you get all the
What show is that?
equipment.
Oh, it's Gordon Ramsay's
Oh.
levels. Oh, I can't remember the name.
Oh.
Yeah.
It
So
is really cool. The third level is like the bougiest level. You get
Yeah.
all the right cookware, all the utensils you need,
All the good food.
all the top notch
Mhm.
food, and they start there.
Yep, you got like 10
And then-
seconds.
And you got 10 seconds to grab your stuff, and you get prepared. And then the elevator goes down to the second floor, and now you're missing stuff.
Yeah.
Right? You're not getting the same amount of food because all the good food was taken already. You don't have all the crazy pots and pans and stuff.
Mm.
And then you get down to the basement.
And there's like everything is just shitty.
And in the basement, it's like you don't even have spoons. Like you're working with your hands on things.
Uh-huh.
You're like scooping stuff out and putting it on plates and
Yeah.
stuff.
Wow.
and you get
and they
whatever's
s-
left over.
and they
So
served
you
that
got
to
all the
people?
stuff that nobody wanted
Yes.
to
You-
cook with.
Yeah, you get all the like. Sometimes you won't even have a protein, or
Yeah.
you're missing a fish or something like
Yeah.
that. So
It's crazy, but yeah, but that the show was kind of like, it was kind of like that.
yeah, it
when
was
we
a
went
little bit like that.
Where was it? It wasn't Crystal Springs. It was
It
I
was
thought it was
Crystal
Crystal-
Springs, but it was
It was Mountain
the
Creek.
Mountain Creek, like
Yeah,
the,
yeah,
the
yeah.
Red Tavern or
yeah,
something like
yeah.
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was great.
That was a lot of fun.
That
Yeah,
was a good
fun.
time.
You know, they also do something like that, and I can't get tickets every month. I try to get tickets, and they're always sold out.
Every month.
Yeah.
Where?
It's in Hudson something, and they every month they hold these cooking competitions. They have one like on a Wednesday or a Thursday,
Mhm.
and it's just like that. And then they have a counter where they're cooking and they're competing, and you're voting for the best food. Every time I try to get tickets, it's always sold out.
Wow.
And it's like $150 per ticket, but for that I'll do that. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, in
Mhm.
North Jersey,
Yes.
I think it's in Jersey City,
Yeah, it's Hudson something.
Jersey
Hudson
City or
something, yeah.
Hoboken. It's right along
Yeah.
the water
Yep.
there, though.
Yep. But
Mm.
it's always sold out.
Yes, please.
Yeah. One time I was like, babe, there's tickets. And I go, and they're like, nope, sold out. I was like, I should have just bought them. And then that
Yep.
was it. Because they have a certain amount of seats.
Yeah.
So
that's
you're-
it.
That's it. That's it. Yeah.
Wow.
One day.
We keep trying.
Yeah.
We keep trying. What are you gonna do?
You know, here in the lake, they also hold a well, they used to. I think it was like last year, the year before last. They did a chopped competition where the local chefs compete against each other.
Yes, I
And
remember
I
that.
think they have like in the country club.
Yep.
And they have that, and then they'll get people to come and taste the food, and then you have to vote and things like that. But it's not as big.
Right.
They don't promote it the way they should.
Mm.
So a lot of people don't know about it.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of trying to eat, we've got to
Trying.
get ready.
Got to go.
We've got to go, and we've got to get out and get some food and wrap up Sunday. Any last comments on
Do better, Bobby.
do better?
Yeah, do better.
Do better, Bobby. Yeah.
Do better.
Do better.
Any last bits of
Oh,
feedback
no.
from
If you're
Bobby
gonna have
Flay?
that many people, at least drop the price.
I think that
Right?
I don't know. I mean, maybe skipping the event next year. I don't know.
Or just going to one that's a little less costly, and so my expectations are not as high.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Try and do like some.
I
of
mean,
the
because I
sm-
feel like
multiple of the
we
smaller ones.
basically
Yeah.
paid for a cookbook.
Yeah.
That was an expensive cookbook.
That's an expensive cookbook.
Mhm.
Yeah.
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 All right.
Yeah.
Well, you heard it here. Do better, Bobby Flay. We still love you, but do better.
Yeah.
I love Bobby.
I do too.
And if you want to pay us back, you can be a guest.
Yeah. Okay.
At Friends After 40 Pod on all social platforms if
Yeah.
he wants to repost anything. We still love Bobby. And we love
We
Alex
do.
Mhm.
and Mike and Jeff.
And Jeff, thanks for the
Tiffany.
picture, Jeff.
Thanks for
and
the picture,
Brooke.
Jeff.
And
See,
Brooke. Don't
someone
forget Brooke.
came to
We
the
love
Right, and
Brooke.
Tiffany.
someone came to
And
the front of the
Tiffany.
feeding area
Yeah.
The feeding.
and let us pet the chefs.
Say
Yeah.
animals. Oh God. Yeah.
All right, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out on a good Sunday afternoon. We'll see y'all all on the next episode. Friends After 40 Podcast.
Later.
Have a good time. Great Sunday. Ciao.